Yeah, hello. Yes, good evening. Send me a text message. I'm live. Send me a text message. I can't talk. Hi, guys. I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. How are you doing? You like my cap, VBO, one of the clubs that hosted Taste Buds and I in the UK, VBO in Enfield. It was an amazing experience we had. And if you are in the UK or if you're going to the UK, do make sure you stop at VBO in Enfield and make sure they give you a good time. Big shout out to them. Also, big shout out to them for the blinged out champagne they got for Taste Buds and I. Diamonds or bling, should I say. This is for Taste Buds, this is for me. Thank you very much, VBO. Big shout out to Victor of VBO. I appreciate you guys a lot. Woo woo! All right, so today I've got one of those our crazy topics. Mm. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. A gentleman came out and said something about ladies who live by themselves in nice apartments, have nice jobs, drive nice cars. He kind of implied that they're not marriage material. And this is a tough one because I'm going to agree and disagree with him. His name is Ikenga Ezenwegbu. Ikenga, the leader of the Free Nation, greets you and brings glad tidings. He said a good girl of marriageable age may have been pricing herself out of the market by always dressing to buy, riding in the best of cars, and living alone in a tastefully furnished apartment in a world where suitors and their moms feel somehow towards such ladies. Dear young lady, what do you think goes on in the mind of a prospective suitor when you always look very expensive, drive expensive cars, and live alone in an expensive neighborhood and in a lush and expensive furnished apartment? He also went on to say, mothers of Anambra ladies of your marriageable age, advise your daughters to dress less expensively and to be moderate in lifestyle to attract responsible Anambra husbands. Anambra suitors check a lot of things, including maintenance cost. Me, I carry Anambra woman put for house, and I like my woman to look fly. I like my woman to look fly. And one of the things I liked about her when I met her was that she was looking fly. But you see, let's talk about the sense that he made, first of all, before I go into the parts of where I disagree with him. First things first, would I, Daddy Freeze, really want to marry a girl that already has everything? Probably not. I said probably. But guess what? That's a consequence of the way I was raised, the standards I was fed by my parents. And much of what they taught me, I know today to not be as accurate, but I have been formed. There are many things in my life, including my religious beliefs, that I had to adjust the moment I left my parents' fold. But you see, a man my age would probably frown at a woman who has everything because you feel she's going to be cocky. You will also have a lot of maintenance to do. Girls, you also need to understand, like for instance, if I start dating Samaria that drives Benz, and Samaria's car goes bad, and she says, hey babe, my car is bad, I have to bring Ben's money. But if I date another girl that is driving Corolla and she says, babe, my car is bad, I will bring Corolla money. Corolla money and Ben's money are not mates. So men tend to subconsciously and unconsciously evaluate what they are going into. The better a woman is living, the more money that lifestyle would be, the more money that lifestyle would demand from you. So it is up to you and the woman to have a conversation like, babe, this life you are living, I cannot maintain it too. Or how do you, so that I don't put it like that, how do you even ask? How do you intend to make sure you continue? Because some women, no matter if you are driving Ferrari, the moment you begin to drive, to marry me that is driving Range Rover, you will want me with my Range Rover to maintain your Ferrari. It is an unwritten law in women which we need to address. So yes, I agree with him in the regard that many men of my age might look at a woman who is driving a car that is nicer than the car they are driving. Remember, I put a clause, a disclaimer, my age. I am 47 years old. My age. Many men my age would look at the car a woman is driving, would look at how she is living, and would tend to make conclusions about that. But the question is, would my son share the same sentiments? Because the advice you are giving, my dear brother Ikenga, is very valuable. I believe you are around my age or maybe a little younger, possibly a little older. But for a 20-year-old Gen Z, it's not going to matter. So, unless your advice is meant only for us and our contemporaries, 35 and above, because 25 to 35, they know they reason the way we they reason. And I also do not want to raise my son to be intimidated by women, because what has formed the basis of what I like was determined and dictated by the society I grew up in. My brain was formed. It's like, let me give you an example. The latest trend in cars now is black wheels. Black wheels. I hate black wheels because growing up, black wheels look like spare tire. But that's the latest trend. But because all my life growing up, I've been seeing beautiful cars with silver wheels, I can never buy a car that has black wheels. Impossible. My Mercedes, when I was speccing it from the factory, did not have the option of silver wheels. It was either black or what you call diamond cut. Is black, but they traced out the edge of the wheel in silver. Since that was the only option, I managed that. If not, I would have gone to buy silver wheels aftermarket, even though I hate buying aftermarket wheels because they are never to the standard of the original manufacturer. That's how I was formed. I was having a conversation with Ike Ogbona the other day. You know, Ike is younger than me. Ike, I used to have a black Camaro, very beautiful convertible 2020 model. I got it in 2020. How did I fall in love with the car? Ike Ogbona had a red one and brought it to my house. And I was like, wow, this car is nice. I'm going to buy this car so I can drop the top and drive it in traffic, blah, 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 and just have fun. And that's how I went and bought the car. Of course, his own had black wheels. My own had normal silver wheels. One day, Ike calls me up and says, I saw this your car. It's nice, but don't you think you should paint the wheels black? I said, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. How can I paint the wheels black? You see, this generation, they see black wheels as beautiful. My generation, there's no... Pastor Toby's Ferrari has black wheels. As much as I love the car, the drive is phenomenal. I had it while I was in the UK. The drive is unbelievable. As in, if you've never driven a Ferrari before, just find where you can rent one for 3 days, drive it, and then you understand what the madness is. But you see, that black wheels, I could not understand it. What is this car doing with black wheels? And that is because of the way I was formed. As a car enthusiast who digested car pictures and videos growing up over the past 20 years, a new fad irks me. It looks different from what I'm used to. I don't accept it. And that's the same way many of us from my age or my time frame do not understand a woman that has her own car, has her own job, lives in her own house. Let me tell you a secret here. I had this conversation with my daughters. The moment they're done with uni, they get out of my house. Of course, I'll help them rent somewhere, but I don't want them. Why are you living in my house? Go and live by yourself. That mistake you want to make, go and make it. Your head will be correct. I cannot, because you see, a lot of you think that if you keep your children in your house until they marry, let me tell you, what they do in my estate is what you do. You will just see one car with fully tinted glass parked in one corner. They arrange person's daughter. When they finish arranging your daughter, they will drop her at your doorstep. They will come to your estate at night. Those your girls that think they're inside the house, they are V. Nothing, they touch them, they did okay, they did their parents' house. One day, they could just come. Your daughter could just stay say, she won't go hang cloth or something. Just one excuse. She will not come out for house. Before you know it, she don't go meet guy. We don't park inside one corner, tinted glass, AC on. You go wire around there for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Her phone day on. Once the phone, mama start to call, baby, you go see them coming out of cars, adjusting their skirts. Then some of them will be doing like this. We don't know waiting to go chop inside motor. They'll come begin the go house. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my #1 gifter. So I see it as hypocritical. Okay, it's better that she's doing it inside your house than she's doing it in her house. She's doing it either ways. You understand? I used to have that quarrel with my mother-in-law. I was like, look, once these girls are a certain age, let them go and live by themselves. I'll rent them a BQ. Let them experience what life is by themselves. Because I see beyond the hypocrisy, beyond what we're trying to sell, and I see beyond them. So it's not like he doesn't have a point, but the problem is this generation is not going to see that point. I was talking to one of my daughters the other day, and we're talking about marriage and prospective suitors, and because I have 2 daughters that are above 18, one is 19, one is 21. I have 3 daughters in the university. So we are in that era where we've started having those conversations. It is no longer embarrassing to have those conversations with a 21-year-old, with a 19-year-old. You understand? It's not easy. We are in that range. And I was telling my daughter that, look, I don't care what tribe you choose to marry a man from. I don't care what religion it is that he's coming from. I just said, I don't want RCCG. I don't want winners. I don't want all those. I don't want. I don't mind the Catholic. I don't mind, but I just don't want Penty. because I don't want to deal with the drama. Now, if the guy is not penty and his mother is equal problem, I don't want. You will deal with a lot. One day they will wake up and pour olive oil on you and say you are the devil in their son's life. Baba, you don't know what it is to marry people like that and marry people that come from those homes. You don't know what people deal with. I run a church. I deal with men coming to cry to me every day about what their wives and their mothers-in-law are doing. So I've told my children, don't bring RCCG, don't bring Winners, don't bring any of those. I don't want to see MFM. Please don't bring them. Don't bring them to me. We will quarrel. Don't bring sheeple. And one of my daughters, she was like, guys these days really, they're not really deep like that. I say, it's not about the guy, it's about his mother. Especially a guy that cannot talk to his mother. Me, ask my mama. As my mama stubborn, as I stubborn. My mama called me now. One day my mama called me, asked me one thing. Say, why don't you do things like this? Immediately I give her back. Say, you, why didn't you do it like that when it was your own time? Mama quiet, I quiet. We moved on to the next topic. My mother has zero influence over my life, over my decisions. When I finish taking the decision, I tell my mother, if I enter trouble, I call her, I say, Mommy, I've entered trouble, help me. But that you be part of the decision making, no. If the decision is good, you will hear the feedback. If it is bad, you will hear the feedback. That's me. But it's not every man that can stand up to his... And the man has a lovely mother. Her son loves her and adores her and she's a good woman, you will not have a problem. But those women were wicked. Where their son... Somebody said, what about Ifa worshiper? Rather an Ifa worshiper that is a good person than a pente. Waiting that they do for pente, it was pacifa. Forget anything, make anybody not tell you anything. It was pacifa. A good Ifa worshiper any day over penti. Bring Muslim. By Muslim, I don't mean those ones that are fanatical. Normal guy where they pray for a house, where they go mosque every Friday. That one they okay. Not the one where they sleep for mosque. I don't want. Normal, regular Muslim guy, I prefer to pente. Normal, regular Ifa worshiper. As long as he no go drag you to worship the Ifa with him, you go worship your own. Your papa get church now, you go tell and say, me, I go to my father's church. This is what they teach me. No problem. No problem. Because you'll be amazed that Ifa worshippers are more likely to listen to your truth than Pente. Pente ear don't block. That garbage where their geo they put inside their brain, it don't block their ear. They know they hear anything. Once their geo don't talk, finally, if God come down talk, they go tell us, make it quiet, say that their geo don't talk. So that is very, very important. I also do not want a very traditional Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa family. I don't want those hardcore traditional that they must do it like this, they must do it like I like more modern, like me, as you see me like this. My papa no get house for village. If he get, maybe he get on the last 10 years. We don't know when he get on because growing up, I no get house for village. I think say he get land, but he no get house. Number of times I went to my village in my life, maybe 10, 20 times in my entire life. You know, even 20, maybe 10 times. From the moment I was like 18, when my leg done the touch ground, they not carry. I had a cousin when papa not carry go in village at all. You don't even know in village. Papa say witches and wizards too much for him. Of course, I don't agree with that. But I also am glad I didn't have that village connection because there is a certain mentality they all have. There is a certain mentality they all have. And I don't want to deal with the BS. And you, Gen Z, you don't want to deal with village people BS. There are things I shielded my children from. My father did not shield us from them. And let me tell you one of the things. Growing up, you go wake up one day, one village person just show up for your house. He go live for your house for 6 months. He no write letter the day they come. He no go tell you from the day when he come. He no go tell you the day they go. Maybe 1 week when one go, he go just go meet my papa, say, Daddy, Motin law. He'll go meet him, papa, say, my papa. So you don't wake up now, and my papa budget for our breakfast now 4 egg. If we like, make we be 4 people, we go chop and one egg. If we be 8, we go chop half egg. If we be 12, how the fit cut the egg, we go reach you. Now so. So our soup used to be watery so that it can go round. Our egg used to be full of tomato and pepper so it can go round. Then all these my family members will begin to put mouth. So I had to fight. Growing up, I didn't have to fight only my dad though. I had to fight my dad and all his family members. Anybody will cross my lane, enter my trap, put mouth for my maternal war. And I don't want my kids to go through that. Listen, where I live, one of the most beautiful things about it is we get gate. If I not send you code, you know if you enter my gate. Let me tell you how bad it is. If I send you code yesterday and you table the code today, no go work. And they no go let you enter. Let me tell you how bad it is. There are only 2 phone numbers that are allowed to call the gate to allow people in. Me or my wife. My children cannot call. If their friends come, they say, Daddy, send me gate pass. My friend is coming. If an Uber wants to come and carry them out, Daddy, please, I need gate pass for my Uber. They cannot call the gate to clear Uber. Someone said the kid will trek to the major junction. No, you can't walk out of my estate with leg unless they use phone clear you. You know if you walk, how? You cannot walk out of my gate. The only person that they are allowed to walk out of my gate is my mother-in-law because she's old. They will don't look and say, okay, now elderly woman. Nobody else. House girl, cheap picking. You have to give code. If you don't give code, call the gate house. If you don't call the gate house, they will not let them pass. So that already, if I not invite you come my house, you know fit come my house. What thing they find can't do for my house? So I say now open air prison, so no be open air prison. If I won't go out, I go out now. Once I read the gate, my car get the sticker. My phone get the gate pass. I just drive to the gate. Once I approach the gate go open automatically. I move front and back gate. Why should a family member from the village show up in my house uninvited? In use Colorado. It's impossible. It is impossible. Luckily for me, my mother has 4 children. And all are doing well. None of them shows up without invitation. She na my sister. We get PhD for economics. Where they do grants up and down. They do. Now I want show up for my house. Can't stay 1 month. Now me go to beg and say me she stay. My sister come my house in 3 days. She's going now. We go to beg and say, we won't you even stay with us a little? My mother will call you and tell you she's coming. She will land at the airport and she will receive another phone call. She will call you from the airport that she's not coming again. Say she will go another place. My mama. In the last 3 years, I've probably seen my mother 3 times. So we don't get that whole village mentality. And it shielded my children because they didn't go through what I went through. Everybody go put mouth for your matter. They go look you. Oh wow, see the kind shoe and papa buy for them. And he no send us money for village. All those kind comments, then your papa will begin to compare you with them. You understand? Then because they are village people, if they go and pass WAEC, normal WAEC passing, where normal person they pass, it go be like big thing for my papa because now from village they pass. Then you wait the town come fail you. You gonna be like very bad thing you do. So they go, oh, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So I tell my daughters, any man that is village rooted, na problemu. Whether it's Igbo, whether it's Hausa, whether it's Yoruba, you will live in the division your parents will feed you. They will be telling you, no, this one Ofe Manu, this one Anna, this. As I see myself, I identify myself as a Nigerian. I speak Yoruba, I identify myself as Yoruba. But if you ask me, I don't tell about my village. And I will not want my daughter to come home with a Kong Yoruba man or a Kong Igbo man, or a fresh Igbo man that comes from a very Kong family. I don't want. I want whatever she wants. If now Imbo, as long as now Imbo we respect them. I don't want to tie my children down into that, you must marry Nigerian. What if your destiny no be for Nigeria day? What if not Chinese your destiny day, or Japanese, or Romania? No be Romania, my papa go bring my mama come. And I also know what my mother went through with my father's village family. Always convincing him that my mother will run and carry us. Not be me, I still day here, 47 years old, I never run come out Nigeria. My father's family consistently told him that, that's why my father had second wife. They kept convincing my father that he will run away with the children. And my mother in Bo, she go run, come out with children. No be me be this. Me and my younger sister. My younger sister is 2 years younger than me. She's 45. Now this Nigeria, now we Eba, now we make Eba put. I'm not joking with this. See mentality and see how life is. Life is funny. My mother has 4 daughters, 4 children, me and 3 sisters. Me and the last born, now we grow for this Nigeria. Me, I'm the least traveled of all of them. And I lived abroad the least. I've not lived abroad for more than 2 weeks at a go, maybe 3 weeks. My abroad for me now 2 weeks, 10 days. Now so abroad, this last one where I go now 2 weeks. It no pass like that for me. My mother and me and my youngest sister, we went to uni. We both went to ISI in Ibadan. We both went to UI. Then my youngest sister studied law, so she went to law school. We did our full uni here in Nigeria. At least our first degree and law school. I did sociology. My immediate younger sister left when she was 17, if I remember correctly, or 18. We traveled in 1996 to Romania. On holiday, my mom always took us home. On holiday, I came back to Nigeria. She stayed in Romania. Then, when my other younger sister, the one following that one, turned 18, my mother took them again to Romania. That one now stayed with her sister. So my mother had 2 daughters in Romania. Both of them went to uni in Romania, the one that studied economics and the one that studied medicine. They both went to uni in Romania. So the one that followed me did 1 semester in Nigeria, but then we traveled and she never came back. So the third born did not even enter uni. As soon as she finished like this, straight to Romania, straight to medical school. The last born was the one that me and her stayed in this Nigeria. We finished uni, she lived in my house, got married, lived in Lekki. Now see how life will have it. My immediate younger sister that left when she was 18, did her finished her uni, was working in Romania, came back, and now did her master's in Nigeria, did her PhD in Nigeria, and is working in Nigeria. Me, I never left. The one that left came back. The third one that left early came back, did her NYSC, did the Nigerian medical exam, did all the exams, and went back. She didn't go back to Romania, she went to the UK. The last born that grew up in this Nigeria woke up one day, maybe 4 years ago, and decided that she was leaving, and she went to the UK. So the funny thing is, people found where they found suitable. My secondary school that I went to, if you go my secondary school, the likelihood that you will marry from my secondary school is high. The three of us married from my secondary school. My ex went to my secondary school. My third sister, her husband went to the same secondary school, went to ISI. My last born, my mom's last born, and her husband also both went to ISI. So that ISI community, before you know it, brother, they always marry themselves. Now my own no work. I marry my ex, it no work. I can't go marry person from far away, it can't work. So what am I trying to say? At the end of the mentality they were giving my dad, the ideas they were giving, oh, these people are going to run away, they're going to run away. You don't know how it affected us growing up. You don't know how it affected us because you are not in our shoes. You think it was easy for us. Every time they will tell my mother that. Do you know that when I came back in 1996, one of my uncles looked at me and said, wait, why be say now my sister Lola na ain't stay? Say now me, everybody believes they go stay. I say, so now I even get mine to drive me. That mentality that they were giving, that advice that they were giving my father today, saying get only one son. Saying get only one son. Say make you get another son for outside. Say and in pick now me and my papa did this Nigeria now. Just so you understand how toxic these family people can be. Meanwhile, my father's second son, where him born for Nigeria woman, they UK now, they doing PhD. Show you they see life. So family will come and will be giving you idea like they know what, you see, they will come and they will interfere in your life. And I never wanted that. I never wanted that. Anyway, the beauty is, you don't know, say to be mad person a gift. You don't know. One day, I was in Romania, I think in 2018. I went with my mom and my younger sister. I went to renew my passport and I had to wait for 2 weeks in Romania. So I dropped my passport. I had nothing to do, so just to hang out with my mom and my sister for 2 straight weeks. So one day, with the gist, nine gist enter say, would I believe that my ex used to do this, that? I say, so you people knew? How come you people never told me? My mother and my sister looked at themselves and say, we didn't want your trouble. I can't feel bad. Say, was I that bad? So they don't fit tell me truth because they fear my trouble. But on second thoughts, I now thank God. I say yes. Because you get the way they no go fear you, they go begin, they give you advice. They go begin give you advice. One family member came to my house the other day and said, hey, how come people don't go to church? I said, waiting will they find there? This our house, now our church. We get our members where they join us every Sunday. We know they go weekly church. There's no need for it. I can't ask and say, you where they go church, waiting they get there, we they pray. I quote Matthew chapter 6 verse 6. Bible say make we pray for house. The gathering of the brethren. I said the Bible did not say it's weekly. If you gather with the brethren once a year is good enough. The Bible did not say weekly or monthly. And by the way, we gather every week online just in case you have any issue. The way they go work, they do Zoom. Now so we they gather the brethren regularly. And they will teach you about the Bible. I say, no Nigerian pastor knows Bible like me. I don't say it from a place of pride. I dare them to come and debate. Bring your geo-spiritual father. In fact, bring the ghost of your geo-spiritual father. I give them small Bible, they will run back to where they are coming from. So, what is the use? So, that brings me to why I say family interference is something I tell my daughters I don't want. And also my sons, just that my son is very young. You understand? Before he go reach time, saying one day pick woman, we ain't like woman. We got Johnny Stephen. Now the ones we did the junction now with the address. One of my daughters was loving one guy, said they like themselves. The guy is nice, the guy is good. Now I ask her and say, come, which church in mama they go? He say, na RCCG. I say, I don't want. What is his mother? His mother is from this part of Nigeria. How is she in the she is very, very I don't want. Because you will deal with it in the future. You come and cry and give me. They will give you problem. You get the way you go born, you know, born boy. You go begin to go there, redeem, they go pray for boy because they go frustrate your life. Oh, say leave your daughter to make her choice. No, she will make her choice, but she will be guided. She will be guided in her choice. When it is young, before the relationship go far, cut am. I know waiting at the talk, cut am. Before the relationship waka too much. Unless the boy can show you that he's independent. And when she described the boy and I talked to her, I saw that this boy no get mind to face him mama. This boy no get mind to face him mama. My daughter will suffer. My daughter will suffer. Her mother suffered in marriage. Her mother suffered in marriage with traditional people wey not get sense. Ileribu. Hey, mama suffer. I know if you allow the pikin suffer waiting, mama suffer. Anybody wey say make I allow make a choice no go better for you. Waiting in mama see inside marriage because you go marry traditional person. We no understand how modern times be. Make I come allow the pikin come go make the same foolish mistake? No. Impossible. Impossible. At least let her go, knowing that I try to stop it. So that when there is problem in the future, and there will be, at least they will know that I tried. Anybody will get traditional mentality. Another thing is I will never allow my daughters marry anybody that is more than 5 years older than them. 5 years, as far as I'm concerned, is too much. 2 to 3 years is perfect. 2 to 3 years means my daughter can be 3 years older than the guy. It doesn't have to be the guy older. I don't care about age. I care about age range. My 25-year-old daughter can marry a 30-year-old guy. Beyond that 30, I will not advise it. Unless, once again, the guy proves. Because you see, once gap done the long, you go believe, say, your wife, now your age in Nigeria gives the illusion of superiority. Age gives the illusion of superiority. Personally, as I did like this, anybody say I even want chase babe, thank God to the glory of God, where God don't come out me put. I know if he chase below 30. And I know if he marry below 38. That 10-year gap is even too much. You won't be able to cope. They're going to give you Gen Z mentality. Your brain going to, and it going to be like, and them going to make sense to themselves. I did not raise my children traditional. I did not raise them traditional. I raised them to be compatible, to fit in an emerging world. You go raise your children to be traditional, then you go come jack, but then they go come there abroad, they go come they struggle. Someone says age just nothing. It's not a number. Now you will meet some 60-year-old men that think 35, act 35. It makes sense. But you see, that's not the rule, that's the exception. The rule is a 60-year-old man will behave between 55 and 65. Now a mental age could be. So he will struggle with TikTok, he will struggle with Instagram. They say rapture. Rapture is not at any hand. Everybody should calm down. Which rapture? Rapture is not at any hand. I'm not saying don't live good lives or live good lives. That's rapture is coming. Rapture. And I tell your great grandfather, all of them don't buy go. Rapture not carry any of them. Rapture is not coming anytime soon. Not let them use religious trauma syndrome. Don't serve God out of fear. I personally believe that if you serve God because you are afraid of rapture, you are not serving him with your heart. Serve him because you love him. Whether it's coming or not, love him nonetheless. Love your neighbor as yourself. I was watching a documentary where Elon Musk was talking about Christ. And he said that of course, he doesn't believe in the whole, but yes, he believes in what Christ believes in. And what does Christ believe in? Love your neighbor as yourself. Those are the things that are important. There is no rapture happening at any time. Make nobody use why you deceive you. More bet 10 years from now, rapture no go come. May God just keep us alive. No rapture within the next 10 years. More put money on them. Anybody we. And I don't like to sell a faith to people out of fear. That's what they did to our parents. That's what they did to our grandparents. They use fear. And let me tell you, nothing that comes from fear is genuine. Let me tell you the truth. I love sports cars. I love sports cars. I don't need to be afraid of anything to go and buy a sports car. I don't need to be afraid of anything to buy. I will buy the sports car because I love the sports cars. You see all these watches where I get. Let me tell you, I did not buy them for investment too. I bought them because I love them. I love watches. The same way I love watches, that's the way I want to love God. I don't need to be afraid. I don't need to expect something from God. Serve him in truth and in spirit. I don't need to think that the rapture is coming. Whether the rapture is, if the rapture comes, and you have done what you are supposed to do, if the rapture meets you at home well, rapture will carry you, Abi. Good. Do those things. Whether rapture is coming or not, do them. Live that life with or without rapture. Live your life good. Don't do it because you are afraid. Fear is not the right motive. Someone say sports car na selfish guy car because no go give person ride. Then have more than one car like I do. Or you know what I do? If I want to go out and I'm taking my two-seater convertible, one person go sit with me, the other ones go there for back inside Uber. And at the level I am with the age range of children I am, everybody we go just talk, say, okay, we meet at a hotel. I feel just carry one of them or carry baby freeze or carry their mama. This one they walk, go from work, enter Uber, come meet us there. The other one they school, from school go come. The ones where they house go come. So children are old enough and I teach them how to be independent. Growing up, one thing that my parents taught me was how to be independent. I did not need a driver and a car to move around. The car is very convenient. And I had a car in uni at the end of the day. And I encourage my children to drive because there are extra cars in the house that they can use. It's just that they fear driving. I don't know which kind thing will they be. But Somebody say, make I look comments. Who they insult me? Say, John, they insult me. John, no fit insult me now. Why John go come my life, come insult me? That's not possible. John cannot come to my life to insult me. That's not possible. I wouldn't go to his life to insult him. So, Big Spence, I believe you are making a mistake. I believe you are making a mistake. Who is the John? What is the name? Can I see the John? Because I know say John no fit insult me. At least the John wey me I know he no fit insult, because I no go in live go insult him. John Clef money, Iliribu. John, if you know say that your mama born you, and if you know say your mama not born you for camel, rakumi, type another thing. I go show you. Oh no, John Clef money. Please, I don't want to lose train of my thought. Let him type nonsense, make it collect rapture. If I lose the train of my thought, it will be to your detriment. While we're waiting for John. Oh yeah, pop my money guns. Who's my number one gifter? Follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter. When I go to learn, when I go gather 500 here, 161 on TikTok, 200 and something on Facebook, 184 on YouTube. Can I continue? So, yes, sports car na selfish man car. The village people are right, actually. But my problem is, how many people do I want to carry my car? I'm a lone guy. I don't go anywhere with family except my immediate family. And I have 2 cars. Their mom can drive behind me. And if their mom is not in the mood to drive, we can hire Uber. Let me tell you what I did the other day for the event I went for. And that's the best decision I took. I wanted to drive my Benz. I don't even put the key for my pocket. As I was going down, Tasteboy just tell me, say, do you really want to drive? Are you sure you will get parking? I can't think, say, not true. So I just hired an Uber for the evening. Baba, it was the best decision we did. We got to Eko Hotel, they were doing 4 events. The queue from Eko Hotel went all the way to Atlantic City. People queuing in to enter. I just told the Uber guy to just go to the pedestrian gate and drop Tastebuds and I at the pedestrian gate. So he just dropped us there and went. And when I was ready, I called him. We walked just back to that pedestrian gate and entered the car and went home. One of my guys was in traffic because they were doing basketball show. They were doing that event, that awards event, and so many other events. One guy I know was in traffic for 1 hour, 13 minutes. So anyway, back to what I was before I get interrupted. So a woman driving a good car might be a source of concern for me because of the way I was raised. But I don't want to raise my son like that. Because my son is going to live in a society where women are providers. Oh yeah, deal with it. My son is going to live in a society where women are providers. Buki Sote is a provider. Buki Sote is a provider. Samaria Bob is a provider. Ebiere is a provider. Anybody that's going to date them or marry them is going to have to deal with the fact that they are providers too. In today's world, you have co-providers. The husband is not a provider. The husband and the wife are co-providers. So because Samaria is living in, it is like Renee, the lady that brings in cars for me. Renee always drives the latest Benz or the latest BM. Always. If you see her house, mad. Why should a man feel intimidated because she drives the latest Benz and she lives in the nicest house and she wears Gucci and Versace? Why should he feel intimidated? I would feel intimidated because that's how we were raised. But I'm going to try and work on my son so he doesn't have that same feeling as I do. It is like, let me give you an example. Some people don't eat snail. Maybe because their mom never cooked it for them or their father said it was dirty. And they stuck with that mentality. I know people that will never eat snail. Why? Have you ever eaten it before? No. Is it that you don't like the taste? No, I've never tasted this. Why don't you like it? So, yes, he's right. I'm not going to say, what's his name? I'm not going to say, hey, where is he? Ikenga is wrong. Ikenga is right. The only problem is he is not right for our children. He's right for us. And probably 1 or 2 generations after us. But this Gen Z, this particular Gen Z, no. We cannot raise them to have the mentality we had. Oh, he's right, oh. If I want to marry woman now, maybe as I don't they expose, maybe as we don't they talk about maybe I'm going to sit her down and say, look, babes, you have this G-Wagon. You like to wear this Versace. Don't put me under pressure to provide it for you. Whatever little I can do, I will do. But you see, let me also advise you here. It is better for you to marry a woman that has a Versace problem and a Gucci problem than a woman that has a family problem. You see that 5 million naira Gucci bag? One family member if you collect them for your hand and be ungrateful on top of it. Those women will be ada for Igbo land or firstborn for Yoruba land. Marry them with caution. Marry Ada with caution. Especially if she's Ada the first. You know there's Ada that is not firstborn. She get first 2, 3 brothers before then she be third born, but now she be first daughter, so she be Ada. The worst now Ada the first. Everybody look at you and tell them, watch out for Ada the first. Watch out for Ada the first. Ada second child is better. Ada the first na problem. Especially if Ada the first comes from a poor home or a very traditional home with many siblings to take care of. And they are all demanding. You see, you can have 10 siblings to take care of, but they are understanding. They go beg you 20K. Inside the 20K, you give them 12K, they go say thank you. You get the ones where not they understanding. Where no go even beg you 20K, they are begging start from 500K. And if you by mistakenly give them 350K, they go insult you. Avoid women like that. And that the second to the last is good. No go carry Ada the first. Ada the first na problem oh. Ha. Come, make I sell my market. Everybody just gather, they enjoy it and they talk. They never even buy one money gun since morning. They never buy one star Come, you people think I don't have work to do? I have so many things to edit. I'm sitting down here talking. You people are just gather, una gather. 200 for Facebook, 500 for Instagram, 187 for YouTube, and 152 for TikTok. Oh yeah, market. Super chat, super sticker, super like. You see, Ekene don't come back. Market boy, hey, Rapture, Pim is gone. Oh, that's how we take him off. He's gone. I didn't even see he existed. He has gone now. He don't lose. Collect Rapture, Danu. What furo adan? Gah, One more to go. Any other person talking nonsense, collect. So, yes, indeed, he has a point. If you are above 35 and you're looking for a husband, you might have an issue. Christian Ame sent me $5 super chat on YouTube. Big shout out to him. If you're watching on YouTube, scroll down to where you type your message. You will see $1 in a rectangle. Click on it. That is how to buy my super stars, super chats, and super likes. Do that on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Tam Nam just sent me my very first money gun. Appreciations. That's such a nice thing. Follow my number one gifter if you're watching on TikTok. Follow my number one gifter if you're watching on TikTok. Follow my number one gifter if you're watching on TikTok. Poor homes will transfer their poor mentality to their ada. Excuse me. Poor homes will transfer poverty mentality to the ada of their home. 100%. 100%. Okay, so let me continue. Follow my number one gifter if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen. Don't forget to visit VBO Club Enfield, London. VBO. See the bling I got, man. This is blinky bling. And this one is for taste buds. Yay! Look how nice that is. Some blinged up champers. What a lot of you don't realize, but it's actually very, very important, is this generation is going to be different from previous generations. Tam Nam. That's my number one gifter. Follow Tam Nam right now if you're on TikTok. Follow Tam Nam. Follow Tam Nam. Let me bring somebody to put mouth. Make it not be saying I only me they talk since morning. Don't worry, I'll come back and finish off. So say now my livelihood I have no, my livelihood only did my watch. Fantastic job, by the way. Big shout out to him. Sama baby. Kilo Shelley. Kilo Shelley.
If you're not speaking back.
What are your thoughts about what I've been saying?
100% correct, that is. I agree. I'm sorry, my mouth is full. They eat peanut. Now me, I eat this peanut here.
This peanut where they chop now. Hey.
You brought me some peanut from Nigeria. Very delicious.
Who brought you?
My sister. My in-law came.
Let me see if I can bring Brother Shupo. First Lady Bestie, how are you doing?
So that the phrase, I agree with you.
Uh-huh.
And
Brother Shupo, what are your thoughts? Let me hear you.
Yes, yes.
How far?
How are you?
I'm
Samaria,
good.
how are you?
hi, good.
Brenda, Pastor Brenda, I just guessed that you'd be around. I didn't see you. I just said I should reach out to you. Everybody, man. Pastor Brenda is my lovely sister. Lovely, lovely sister. Went through a lot this year, but she has come out so strong and powerful. Love you, sis. Pastor Brenda, shout out to you. Shout out to you, First Lady Bestie. Went through a lot, but standing very strong and powerful. So, Samaria, over to you. What do you think about marrying a
When I read that
traditional?
post this morning, I just said, which kind of mentality is this one?
But you know,
I just
in
said,
fairness to the
this one now,
guy,
Niger mentality. This one now, old days mentality.
you know,
Maybe
in
now.
fairness to the guy,
Because women are doing wonders now. Women are doing too much now. I mean, days are gone when women depended on men for survivor. When they had to, just sit around after school and wait for one rich man. First of all, like I always ask people, why do you think that if men can look good, dress good, build houses, buy expensive cars, why do you think it's a taboo for women to have those things equally? I mean, wealth and riches is not gender, specified. Why do you think like only men have the right to have those things? So I don't think thinking that for a woman to have those things or live comfortably, therefore you should avoid them. That to me, that doesn't really make uche. You understand? Because if a man can go out there and work hard for themselves, why can a woman do it? Just like in the past, that men are known for migrating and stuff like that. But now women do that. I hear a lot of ladies be like, I'm looking for a rich man overseas. Why would you sit around to wait for a rich man overseas to come and marry you when you can as well jabba like he jabbed?
and become the rich man overseas by yourself.
And because exactly, why would I have to wait for God to give you before? God should as well bless me to bless you too. I don't need to sit around and wait for a rich husband. I can as well become rich myself because it's not like there's a particular gender preference when it comes to blessings or working hard or working smart. So now, like if a man that feels like you like good things of life, you afford good things, you buy good things. There are many women all over the world that that are known. They are doing good for themselves. Look at Rihanna with her Fendi products, making waves, and the rest of them. You like good things. You afford good things for yourself. So you can imagine if a woman afford those things or a woman is living the way she loves. The thing is, people should, like you rightly said, it's okay to have such conversations with someone when you get to meet them, okay? Like everything you said, that's why I say I agree with you. When you get to meet somebody, and I will tell men that a woman have those things does not mean that she's not approachable. Shoot your shot. But why shooting your shots? Be sure to be. Don't go and be lying around. If you're going to this lady, tell her, okay, for example, this one is doing better than you. Okay, I understand. This is what I earn. This is what I had. This guy that was talking to me one day, 2 weeks ago. So when I asked, I requested to know what he does for a living. He said he works he's not even car dealer, but car dealers. But then he's a sales boy there, and it's not like they are new cars, but like pre-owned cars. And I requested to know how much they pay him, and he told me, he confided. He said he gets paid. How much is that? $12 per hour. And I know someone that works in also a dealership. Some of them that run around, they get people, they get customers, they get some kind of credit for each customer they bring. I tried to tell him, so how about you look elsewhere? You don't have to stay here because he said that he's waiting to finish with his course so he can go into IT or something of that nature. I said, no, you don't have to sit around and wait till you finish with your IT program. You may as well look elsewhere. But do not leave your job. Don't resign till you find something else. But you don't need to be comfortable where you are. What am I trying to say in that sense? He was talking to me, and when I requested to know, about him, he was honest enough to tell me how much he earns. Okay, I started giving him suggestions. What am I saying? You meet a woman if you understand, for example, okay, this lady seems like she's doing better than you, go into conversation. They may help you out. They may give you information. Sometimes you may not even know what you're not doing right until someone tells you. Right now, if you talk to that lady about it, it's left for the woman to decide if she wants to date you or not. That way, if she decides to go into a relationship with you, she knows she's not going to expect certain things from you, knowing fully well that she is doing better. In other words, she should be able to help you instead.
Now,
but
let me
not
ask you a question, Samaria. What if, I want to ask you a question. What if the guy, you know, there are some Oyinbo people that are, they are a car salesman, they are a second-hand car salesman, and they are comfortable like that.
That's it.
They are fine with their $12 an hour. They don't want to.
Okay.
They don't want to drive a Mercedes. They just want to be happy. What do you think about being in a relationship with such a guy?
Let it freeze. You see, this is the same thing I'm trying to say. If you are comfortable with a certain lifestyle or level of operation in life, and then you should be able to meet and be with someone who is also comfortable with that same level,
He's comfortable with your own, but he doesn't want his own.
Your voice is breaking up again. Barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
It's freezing.
Okay, can you hear me now? He is comfortable with you living your life the way you are living it. He is just not comfortable with doing the work so that he too can live that life. But he's a good man. He loves you. He respects you. He's not going to cheat on you. Blah, 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 blah. What is your
Let me answer your question.
Yes.
I'll answer your question with what happens to me. When people come to me and tell me, oh, I like you, the kind of woman I like. You have everything I want in a woman. You have the qualities. The question is, I appreciate the fact that you like me. I have the qualities of what you want in a woman. But have you asked yourself if you have the qualities of what I want in a man? So that person is comfortable with himself, with his life, with everything about him. But has he asked himself, I'm comfortable with that as well? It goes both ways. So he may be comfortable, and I'm not comfortable with that. That's why it's good to have a conversation.
That's why me too, I'm also asking you, would you be comfortable with that?
I wouldn't be comfortable with that because everyone's prayer in life is to elevate. I'm trying hard for myself, and I don't intend to be with someone tomorrow who won't help me, or if I'm being with someone tomorrow, we should have the same goal, and that goal will be for us to elevate together. So I don't need to go down. If I do certain things for myself, as a single lady, and you coming around me, and instead of me to be able to do more, and then I start declining, it doesn't know, that won't work. So if he doesn't have it, but he is interested in achieving it, then we can work on that. We can achieve it together. But if he is not willing, he's comfortable at that level, that's okay. Good luck with you, honey. That's not what I want. So it depends on the individual.
Brother Shukwa, what is your take?
Yes. Before I came to the life, we're discussing in my right hand, and I put myself back because there are different phases to this. And I can talk from my own experience. When I got married, I more or less married another. The pressure was so much. At a particular point in time, 3 of our younger sisters actually living in the house. So the pressure was so much on me because we're literally living from hand to mouth. The guy in the car was in there sharing his own experience. That he had that problem. He had to break up with somebody because of the pressure. Because if you are dating somebody, you don't see that person as a means to an end. You are in a relationship for a partner who is your partner for a lifetime. You are not seeing that person as the solutions to all your problems. And another thing, there are so many women out there. They are very good ones, and they are very bad ones, and they are in between. You yourself, as an individual, need to look at a person well. Because it's not about being rich or something like that. There are so many women that are actually driving lavish, expensive cars, living.
Hey, Lost Brother Shukwa. Yeah, network. I think is. Yeah, go on.
I'm on third mainland, that's why.
Okay.
You know third mainland?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So they are not being funded by themselves. And you know me that kind of a person. What do you expect? The person expecting you to level up. And if you are not leveling up, it becomes a problem. So I will tell people, unless that person is able to fund her lifestyle by herself, and you yourself as a man, you know your capability, you are not interested in anything but relationship, and you have your own level that you can bring to the table, at least you'll be able to feel that. At least shelter, feeding, and clothing. All the necessary things. If she truly loves you, it will not be an issue. Then another thing I noticed. Why did you laugh?
Samaria, what's funny?
Samaria,
if she truly loves you, it won't be an issue. Let me tell you, the worst thing anyone can do is to be with someone who doesn't have the same IQ as they have.
No, we're not even talking about.
We're not talking about
We're not even
intelligence
talking
now.
about IQ right now.
But I just try to use that word to cover up the whole thing. Because you're saying if he truly loves you, those things won't be an issue. Really. Wait till they see you as how do I say it? I'm trying to see how I can put it. Till it turns into Have you seen spouse? Have you seen partners envious of another before?
I have seen that before.
Okay.
But I have seen that before. And the funniest thing is that I believe that you yourself, as an individual, need to build up yourself before being in any relationship. You shouldn't be envious. You shouldn't desire other people's things. If you are contented, there's nobody you cannot be in a relationship with. That's another issue that a lot of people are not looking. And people are generally from their background. And you know that this person is not compatible to you. It comes from this kind of background. It's a turn off on its own. Because if you know that this background is something, that was what DF was trying to say. That check family where you want to enter. Because my problem. Because they see you as the Messiah that will come into that family. It's very, very important. And if you are not a Dangote, you cannot solve all their problems. Even if you are Dangote yourself.
Dangote still they find money.
Dangote still they find money. When you want to build a refinery, you get family where they drain now. If you build a refinery, those are the things.
Let's talk about family, Samaria, let's talk about family.
They are not.
Let's talk about family. How important is family that drains? A family that drains you. How do you see that?
Do you know that one of the major problems I had in my former marriage was basically my family doesn't have anything. I don't have any problem. We are okay. But my wife's family, they were so putting pressure on her. At the end of the day, the pressure comes to me. My ex-wife I'm talking about. I was carrying too many pressure. Only a whole family, and there were many in that family. So it affects you as a man because your development rate will slow you down. I was working like 2 jobs to be able to support the family. At the end of the day, I now decided, okay, let me set her up so that she will have peace. I set her up. She started in a good business. She started making money. Immediately she got what she needed and she think that, okay, I've stabilized. That was when we like, okay, oh, I just went to work one day and I discovered that she packed us out of the house. And that was the end of the marriage. I thank God because there was a time I actually sat down and prayed to God and said, this thing is getting out of hand. We are having quarrels over issues like pressuring me to do what I don't want to do. The ones I could do. When I was doing everything, no, there was no problem. But because to a state that I needed to build up capacity for myself, I said, okay, these are the things I can do. Let me build you up so that you'll be able to sort out your family. By the time you discover that, okay, this guy was not doing like he used to do before. Because I had to save myself. If I send pictures of myself, then when I was married, see if I added weight, I was so lean. My mental health was it was not it at all. So it got to a stage where I had to sit down and say, speak to some of my friends then. They tell me, say, oh boy, you go kill yourself. First of all, take care of yourself because it's obvious you are not taking care of yourself. Look at the way you are. We know when you have not gotten married how you look. Look at you are married now. There's supposed to be a change. And those are signs of being in a toxic relationship. It might not be like you people are fighting each other, but there's verbal and emotional abuse. Look at you now. Is that what your mates are doing? I have 3 of your family members. I'm feeling them. They're in my house. I will buy a bag of rice. Within 3 months, 4 months, they say the rice has finished. 50 kg. So those things are very important, man. If you want to get into a relationship, don't get into liability. Marriage is not a poverty alleviation program.
What is your say? What is your take about? Let's hear you, Samaria.
If you're a first son, don't go marrying the first daughter.
If you are a woman, don't go marry a first son first.
If you're a first child, go for last. Because imagine if you as a first child, you have responsibilities and the first daughter also has responsibility. Middles. That way, they won't stress you a lot. I wanted to ask that brother question. No, he don't come out.
Go ahead. Let me hear from you anyway.
Yeah, Daddy Freeze. But I don't know if you understand my point, right?
I'm trying to.
Let me tell you. Sorry?
I'm trying to understand your point.
Okay, let's say I'm the last. Okay, I'm the last child. Not let's say. I know I'm the last child, and I have siblings. So imagine regardless. Imagine I get involved with a first son. That first son in my house will be seen as the last child, regardless, because you know how they normally say. I mean, it hasn't happened in my house. Let's say contributions, but imagine there are contributions for some reasons. I will be the last person they will call, considering the fact I'm the last child. So that love, those care that the first child, that's the guy, missed or didn't get a lot. Because I always see like first child, they barely get enough attention. Reasons being, the moment they give birth to them, before you know it, they'll give birth to another one. They give birth to another one. The attention will just divert. That child will get that. I mean, because that child will be seen also as a first child from my own side, my own family, even though he may not be the last child where he's coming from. But imagine if, and as well, being a first child, he has the younger ones that there are certain things he can overlook when they ask. It will also enable him overlook certain things when it comes from me being the last child because he has younger ones. But imagine a first child that maybe didn't receive so much love and attention, getting himself involved with the first daughter, who also may have lacked the same thing. Who could they love who? Who could they pet who? For every family meeting, they're looking up to you as a first child. They're looking up to you as a first daughter. You people are the first people to be called. Should there be anything that they need, in the house? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But then when it comes to families, that the freeze, like you said, avoid adas. Avoid adas with a lot of siblings. Especially those of them that their siblings are still in the uni. And those of them with the mentality that their parents will have a lot of kids with the hope of, once we're able to turn up the first one and her husband will start training the subsequent, the younger ones. There's a tribe that do that in Imo State. There is a particular community that, local government that do that in Imo State where I came from. I don't want to mention them before I start building people. People don't like me plenty, but I don't care though. But they do that a lot, that side of town. They normally train the first child and then they tell the first child, okay, your siblings are responsibilities. Start training them. So you want to avoid things like that because you have a lot of work to do. So those families, those parents that believe only in, there are parents that are selfish. Sorry to say this. There are parents that are selfish. They're not considerate at all. That's why you'd want to marry someone's child and they'll give you a list. Oh, people are typing the place already. Okay, thank God you all know already. I don't need to say it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Of course, it's in BC. They do that a lot. They just train the first child. Boom. You're expected to train the rest of the kids. That's how they do it. That's what they were doing. I don't know if they still do that, but that's what they were doing. So people say Yoruba people do that. That freeze, is it true?
Even Yoruba I'm sure does that. Is it true? That's what they say. Every tribe.
Okay.
I'm sure in every tribe there are extremities.
Okay. So because they will really stress you out. They will stress you out. And in-laws don't know how to stop. I don't know why it's thin and believe. That's the point. This is the point because the mentality is that women should not go out there and hustle. They should not go out there and, fetch for themselves. They should just sit around and wait for one rich man to come and marry them. By the time the rich man marries them, then the rich man becomes a source of poverty elevation in the family. You see? But imagine if that woman is doing good for herself. She doesn't need you. They don't need you. Imagine if the whole family they are doing good for themselves.
So what if you like a guy, Samaria? The guy is good, he's a good husband, he's good everything, handsome, everything you want. He just doesn't like material things. He works so he can feed himself and pay his rent and contribute to whatever you're having.
Yeah.
But he's not going to buy Benz, he's not going to buy Bentley, he's not going to wear Rolex, he doesn't care about all those things. He just wants to have enough money to watch a movie with his wife, just to have fun, wants to go and
hike. We all have things to spend our money on. So tell me what in particular, we all have things we spend our money on in this world.
Some people have no value for money. Some people have no value for money. They just want to go camping, go and climb the mountain.
Because it could be his own hobby.
Eh?
That could be his hobby.
No.
That's probably why he spends his money.
That's what he spends 4 days a week doing. So he has to work 3 days a week so that he can eat. But the rest of his time, he's from one camp to the other, climbing one mountain, those kind of things.
In as much as, let me answer that question.
Don't you think you are a bit materialistic?
Daddy Freeze, my big brother is like that. Let me now check you. This is my big brother's. This is his define him like this. That's how he is. He doesn't believe in material things. There are millions of people out there that are hungry. But he doesn't mind spending those money. He still that money, wouldn't mind giving it to you to take care of your own self. But then, let me tell you the difference. The difference is that he buy those things. He will buy them for like his wife. He doesn't deprive his wife and kids from the things they love or they want. He doesn't care about them. But that doesn't stop him from, he doesn't have a problem if you are comfortable with those things. So if you are a man and that's how you are, if you don't have a problem with me spending it on your behalf, that's fine. But don't try to restrict. Don't try to define my life. Don't try to control things I should love, because that was an issue I had in the past. You don't try to tell me, especially when I'm the one providing those things that I want for myself.
Your ex told you not to buy certain things.
Sorry?
Your ex told you not to buy certain things.
That is, you know how to bring Pull people's legs. That if let's just no, it has nothing to do with that. No, I'm not talking about my ex here, but what
All
I'm
right,
saying
all right,
is
all right, all right. You
there are
know what?
people
We're
that
going
want
to
to
end
control
here
your
and
life
we're
to
going
that
to come
extent.
back later.
Don't.
We're going to come back later. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Sama baby, how are you? Thank you
That
very
if
much for joining.
easy, why?
I want to do my own, but you don't catch me. Anyway, guys, like I said earlier on, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining live. And at the end of the day, each to his own. But while we're eaching to their own, we should always remember that there's some things certain people would not take. One of the things for me is all these Pente people, RCCG, MFM, Winners, Salvation, and women. Men are going to run away from your daughters or your sons if you are too religious. Can we have that conversation? Would you like to marry a religious man who comes from a religious home, who everything he sees is religion? As he comes to your house, as he enters, Samaria, oh, I've not seen you, hold my hand, let us pray. Then you pray. Then, baby, let's go clubbing this night. No, today is night vigil with Pastor Wale is coming all the way from Nigeria. I'm going to have to be there. Okay, tomorrow night, and call, we have what God cannot do does not exist in the morning. So I don't like staying out late because if I stay out late, I'll not be able to do what God cannot do does not exist in the morning. Let's have a conversation around that. Can you be in a relationship with a very religious man who comes from a very religious family?
Are you asking me, Daddy Freeze?
Yes, you.
Oh, Daddy Freeze, I don't have a problem praying. I love to pray, but don't overdo. If I have to tell you, let's do, and you're trying to give me excuses with prayer, and I used to be.
which is gonna happen because the guy might say he's on a 21-day fast.
That's up to him. Then you can fast how you like it. Hell no. No, I'm sorry about that.
So what if on day 15, the thing they scratch you gone, what are you going to do?
That if I can't. No, I can't. I mean, too much of everything is.
Shabby, you are just saying now, I love to
It's
pray, I
bad.
love to pray. I never see prayer. Where you go do 3 hours every night. You never see prayer. I love to pray, I love to pray. You never see prayer. Where they go wake you up every night, say, baby. You know, our daddy Gio said we must pray at least 1 hour every night. They wake you, say Samaria.
Every night.
Every night.
You see, that's where I will have a problem with him. If you tell me that you are led, let's pray, sweetie. That's okay. But telling me your daddy Gio said that, that's where I'll have a problem with you. Because if you are the type that believes in all those daddy this, daddy that, then count me out. No. And no, I don't have to live with what your daddy is saying because your daddy may not even be doing them in his own house. That won't.
Hey, Glory says she could just force the man. All right. We're going to come back later on tonight, and this is one of the topics we're talking about. We also want to talk about what's going on in the Mohbad situation. And it is a bit funny now because it's looking like Mohbad's dad signed a contract. I don't know if you saw that, Samaria.
With who?
I don't know, some land. I saw it on some blog. I want to study it properly before I bring it. That's why I'm not talking about it now. So we're going to have a lot to talk about in the middle of the night. Let me just say goodbye now. Thank you so much. And all of you watching, remember, the way we grew up is not the world of today. Things don't change. Oh. Natural Gambia, God bless you. Take care.